everybody wants to know, when can they start back on their GLPs, their Mounjaro and Wegovy, after they've given birth? Well, that's not the right question. I'm Zeinab. I'm the pharmacist from PillSorted, and I'll explain what are the things that you need to be thinking about and what's a realistic timeline about losing weight. I know that most new moms are really eager to get back control over their body, and they want to lose that weight that has been gained during pregnancy and all of that. It's absolutely fine and it's the right thing to do. But these are the important facts that I want you to be mindful of when you're going on your journey. Okay, so the first one is the number on the scale doesn't tell you the whole story. If we say on average women put on around between 5 to 10, 15 kilos during pregnancy, you will gradually lose that weight, okay? But it is by design that you're losing it gradually, not suddenly right after giving birth, okay? So the number on the scale will gradually come back. However, your body composition has changed a lot too. And again, that's by design as well, because your body puts down fat stores, especially around your breasts, your thighs and your hip, and that's really important because it's to support you throughout that high calorie needing months after giving birth. That will take a while to restore. So you're realistically looking, might be up to 2 years that your body composition is gradually changing. And the more that you focus on building muscle, the better that you see the body composition going the way you want. One thing that I want to make sure that we talk about is, for a lot of women, the biggest trigger for gaining weight is actually pregnancy. And 1 in 5 women, even if they were in healthy weights during their first pregnancy, they will be pushed into the overweight and obese categories during their second and third pregnancies. So the weight becomes a little bit more stubborn to lose. So that's why it's important to think about, if you want to have another baby, you want to make sure that you lose the weight as much as possible and get your body in a better shape. So what can we do? Let's define timelines. The first 3 months after giving birth, your body is going through recovery. It's gone through 9 months of pregnancy, it's gone through delivering the baby, so it really needs healing time. It really needs recovery, and that's really important. The other important thing is, you've got a beautiful little baby that's totally dependent, so other than crying, there's not much they can do by themselves. And they are round the clock 2-hourly cycles. So although they sleep around 14 to 17 hours per day, but it's exactly like 2-hour cycles, very broken sleep. So your priority needs to be healing and recovering, and get as much sleep as you can. These are super important to lay down the foundations for being able to do whatever you want after. Okay, so first 3 months, healing and feeding. Okay, you don't need any more stress on that. Don't think too much about your weight. Focus on sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, all of the hunger hormones get upregulated. And if you don't manage to get enough nutrition, that will show with sugar cravings. So this is how they're all related together. After the 3 months, the pelvic floor muscle exercises are super important. Check out our pregnancy playlist. Look at the pelvic floor muscle exercise video. It will help you understand why is it so important. And for your long-term health, it's super important to protect you against having leaks, being able to get back into your normal rhythms without hurting yourself. The other thing is about nutrition. You still need a lot of protein, a lot of good nutrition that will help your body heal and recover, to give you enough time to build on activities. Again, slow and steady is the key here. You don't want to look at losing too much weight too fast, because your body still needs to get through this recovery period. Now, with lifestyle changes, it's quite reasonable to look at between 5 to 10 kilos of weight loss. And for a lot of women, that is enough to get them into healthy weight. Okay, so it might just be absolutely enough, right? But for some women, that's not going to be enough, and they'll still be on the overweight and obese. In these cases, you can think about starting GLP back again. I would recommend do a blood test first before you start on the GLP treatments to make sure that all of your baseline functions are working well. So there's no thyroid issues, your blood sugars are all in place, and then we can start on the weight loss journey. Two important factors to remember about the weight loss. One is start on the lower doses and think about very gradually increasing the dose. The reason that I'm saying that is if you're thinking about having another baby soon and you don't have too much of a weight to lose, you don't need to go to the higher doses, and you want to be at a point that you can stop the medication for your next pregnancy and your body is least reliant on the medication. So doing it much more gradually is more important. The other thing is, if you're not planning to have any more babies and you're starting contraceptive tablets can be affected. Their absorption can be affected by the GLP medication. So it is advised to have barrier methods of contraception as well as contraceptive pills. And now this has happened. So I've had women who were like in their 40s who, completely done with starting families, but they actually fell pregnant because the contraceptive absorption had been affected with the GLP. So be mindful. So the key point that I want to make here is that if you're planning on another pregnancy, you do want to try to lose weight and get closer to the healthy BMI as much as possible before your next pregnancy. You do want to come off the GLP medications at least 5 weeks before planning to become pregnant again. If you want to put the right timelines and you're planning for a further down the line pregnancy, make sure that you have the contraceptives in place. Okay, now what are the things you want to look out for? Lots of things change when you're pregnant and they don't go exactly back as it was after the pregnancy finished, because you're still in the baby caring phase, you're still healing and recovering. So if you see a lot of changes in your weight, either losing too fast or putting on more weight after pregnancy, or you're seeing digestion changes, constipation, or not being able to sleep at all, these can be symptoms of thyroid. Or if you feel that you're just totally sad all the time, nothing can cheer you up, everything takes too much of an effort, these can be signs of you need more support mentally to get through these post-pregnancy blues. There's a lot of hormonal changes in your body. The estrogen and progesterone were, up in the roof, up to the roof when you were pregnant, and that dip can generally make a lot of things change in your body after pregnancy. So get all of those checked before you start your weight loss journey. And one more thing to look out for: if you start the GLP and you see you've got pain right under your rib cage, those could be signs of pancreatitis, so you need to stop the GLP and see the doctors. As a recap, for weight loss after pregnancy, the first rules are about healing and recovering, having a good time with your baby, and then having a gradual weight loss that'll help you and your body recover. Feel free to subscribe to our channel, and if you've got any questions, reach out to us. Thank you.